Hey guys, Joester here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with this awesome TV. This is the Hisense U8G. This is the 65-inch version, 4K HDR, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos support. And on my previous video, I already shared with you some of my initial setup, my experience unboxing this TV, and also some of the functions it has. I also share on my second video and third video some of my gaming settings, some of the issues and problems that I encountered while playing with the Xbox Series X, and also the PlayStation 5 and some of the best picture settings that I use for gaming. Now in this video I wanted to focus more on movies because I noticed some of you guys wanted to see how the movies look and also upscaling for lower resolution content. And I'm also going to connect my soundbar and also the WiSA setup speakers that I have here, and because this TV also supports WiSA or wireless speakers. So if you want to learn more about this TV, this video is for you. Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Joester, and let's do this. Alright guys, so before I get into the movie settings and everything, I want to share with you what you have available with this TV. I mean, you have pretty much everything: Netflix, YouTube, movies anywhere, video, Prime Video, HBO, Disney Plus, Vudu, everything that you want for movies or streaming. All those services are available here and everything works flawlessly. Even Hulu here, media, Pluto, Peacock, everything that you can think of, you will have it available. But there's some things that don't work properly. I'm going to share with you in just a little bit. But let's jump first into Netflix, because this TV also offers Dolby Vision and HDR10, which are the most popular HDR formats, right? So once you get into Dolby Vision, you only have a few options. So let's go to picture real quick. The backlight obviously is going to be local, dim, medium, and high. Backlight level is going to be 100. That's how I have it. Automatic light sensor, make sure you turn this off, otherwise the sensor is going to dictate the brightness of the TV depending on the ambient light that you have it. You want to turn that off. And then picture mode, you have Dolby Vision IQ, which honestly I find it very accurate. I really like it a lot. There's also the Dolby Vision Dark, which I don't like because it is dark, and I want to really appreciate the brightness of this TV. This TV can reach up to 1500 of nits of peak brightness, or even more than that. So obviously you want to take advantage of that. Let's go to Dolby Vision Custom. Well, let me show you first something. In Dolby Vision IQ, you do have some custom settings that you can manipulate. For example, contrast, brightness, color, and tint. I have everything is well balanced here, and then you can apply all the settings. Let's go to advanced settings. Something that I did change is the color temperature. Normally it's in low, which is like a warm 2. To me, it's too much of this orange tone into it, warm tone. So I really like mid-low, which is warm 1. But everything else, you don't have access to it. For example, motion enhancement, it is on standard. Contrast, active contrast, I believe this is turned off. Honestly, I really like it in medium. But that is just my choice. Guys, keep always in mind that these are my own preference settings. I always suggest to use the one that works best for you, okay? I notice that some of you guys we don't share the same taste in picture settings, so obviously always use the ones that work best for you. Now over here in Dolby Vision Custom, you have more access to customization settings. Over here, let's go to Advanced. Same thing, I changed the color temperature to medium. And in motion enhancement, I really like standard. I don't know, I feel like, smooth. I feel like it looks better for my taste. Stay away from film. There's a lot of stuttering I notice, especially when the camera is panning. I don't like that. It just drives me crazy. Noise reduction, you don't really need this. This is only for like low resolution content, and also digital noise reduction. I always turn those features off. Active contrast, once again, is on medium. This is the way I like it, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much that you can do here, and I think the picture looks amazing. Skin tones look very balanced. Everything looks really, really good. Alright, so how about lower resolution content, or maybe you're watching a movie that is kind of old, maybe it's a standard definition, no HDR, 1080p, or maybe even lower than that. Let's go to settings. This is Amena Part. This is one of my favorite movies from Vin Diesel. It's actually really cool. Let's go to the picture real quick, and then I'm using Theater Day. Now remember, this is not HDR, so you have plenty of different options. You have standard HDR, but I find that Theater Day is the closest to more natural colors, and also the colors look very vibrant. I really like that. So let's go over here. Actually, let's go first to Backlight. The local dimming, I always have it in high. Also, make sure that the automatic licensor turns off. Sometimes when it turns on by itself when it detects a film. So make sure it's switched to off. And the backlight level is down to 80. So when I'm not using HDR, I always like to keep it here, this level 80. It's fine. So let's go over here. These are the contrasts, brightness, colors. Everything is out of the box. I don't really change that much. Let's go to advanced settings. There's some things that did change here. Color temperature, mid-low. And motion enhancement, I feel like it's smooth. Works really nice, really works the best. Motion clearness, I don't like this at all. It makes the picture darker. And also I do notice some flickering. So this is BF5. I don't like this. I turn it off. Noise reduction is at low. And digital noise reduction is also at low. So this helps to smooth out this lower resolution content. So I have it in low. You can always make sure that if you think this doesn't work for you, switch it to high or medium. Active contrast, I also have this one in low. I find that actually, if you wanted a brighter panel, you can switch it to high, but I noticed that you do lose some shadow details, so I like to keep it in low. It looks more realistic to me. Also, color space, I switched this to native. I find that everything, the skin tones and everything are more realistic. If I switch it to auto, everything looks more pale. I lose a lot of the color brightness, and just personally, I really like it in native. Everything is just more colorful, and this is only good for SDR content. So alright guys, so let's jump into sound, because this TV does have Dolby Atmos support and also WiSA, or wireless speakers. So let's go into the settings real quick. And right now I connected my WiSA system, which is the Platin Monaco, which I did a full review of this system a few months ago. I'm going to leave a link right here on top so you guys can check out everything, the unboxing, how it works, how to set it up, how the application works. So here it is, audio output WiSA speakers. You can actually choose from TV speakers or the WiSA system, which I like a lot. The reason being is because all I need is just this little transmitter. That's it. And it connects to the TV via USB. So you'll still have all of your ports available, and you have a 5.1 sound system, which sounds amazing. So let's go into the WiSA system, and it's a 5.1 sound system. So you do have all your speakers selected for front, rear, surround, the center speaker. And the cool thing is that from the TV, you actually have each individual access to each individual speaker. You can actually increase the volume or decrease it, just leave it how it is. And then you have that for everything: front, rear, center, surround, right, front, left, and the subwoofer as well. You can actually search manually here or reset the WiSA transmitter. The sound is super clear, and another thing that I like about this is that it works with everything. You can connect your Xbox if you want, your PlayStation, anything you want, and it works. Also, it works great with every single application here, either YouTube or Netflix. Everything works great. So that is something that if you want to buy something other than a soundbar, this is probably the best choice for you. Alright guys, so what about Dolby Atmos? Because this TV does support Dolby Atmos, and for this I connected my Nakamichi soundbar. This soundbar, I also have a review on it, and it's amazing. So let's go to the sound real quick, and I'm going to show you that I'm using the ARC audio support. I'm not using EARC support right now because it doesn't have EARC support, this soundbar, just yet. Hopefully with an update, but right now I'm just using the regular ARC. So Something that I found out that I think is some sort of problem happening with this built-in apps from this TV is the sound. So let's go to Netflix real quick, and for example, there's a lot of Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support movies. In this case, for example, I have Triple Frontier, and what I notice is that when I'm playing a movie with Dolby Atmos support, the sound doesn't sound that great. There's a lot of breakage, there's a lot of distortion. Sometimes the sound just cuts off, it goes to the front soundbar, and that's it. There is some sort of problem, maybe a bug built in this app, and this is not only happening with this movie, it's happening with everything that supports Dolby Atmos. Maybe this one right here, the Highwayman. It's just like the sound, it breaks, it doesn't sound great at all. So even if I go back and turn on EARC, let me show you what happens. So we're going to switch to EARC. So now we have more uncompressed audio. So even with the EARC turned on, I still have that audio problem. I don't know what it is. I think it's the built-in apps from this TV. For some reason, the audio just doesn't get along with it. It doesn't really work. Now, another thing I noticed is that if I go to my Vudu, for example, I have all the purchased movies that I've done here, and I purchased these movies in 4K. So what I noticed is that if I go over here, John Wick 3, I can only watch it in HDX, which means I can only watch it in 1080p. For some reason, I don't have that option for 4K anymore. Then if I go back to all these other movies, even Aquaman, all I can be able to play is in HDX, which, like I said, is 1080p. So I don't understand why would I want to watch this movie in 1080p when I purchase it in 4K. But that's the problem that I'm having. Even if I go back and if I go to, for example, Movies Anywhere, I am having the same issue. All my movies here are just in HDX. So for example, I go to Pacific Rim, and it's going to start loading the movie, but then it says it's the 4K playback error. I can only play it in HD. So that is something that I noticed, but let me show you what happens if I switch to the Xbox. So here I have the Xbox. I also have the Vudu application. I go open it real quick, and you guys can see all the movies that I have here as well. So let's go to Pacific Rim, and you can actually play in 4K. So let's put resume, and it's playing with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. And let me tell you guys, the sound works great, the picture looks beautiful, everything works just how it's supposed to be. So I'm thinking that is a problem with the built-in apps from this TV. Alright guys, so when it comes down to sound, I still prefer my Nakamichi soundbar. It's just that the dual bass and the Dolby Atmos, everything works great. It is very loud and my whole room rumbles, and I really like that experience. Also, Dolby Atmos, I think it sounds really good, especially in a small room like this. But keep in mind that you're sacrificing one HDMI port for audio. So if you have both systems like the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, and you need to have both ports at the same time, you won't be able to do that. That is when the WiSA system or the wireless system comes in, because all you need for that to work is just one USB port, and that's it. Everything is taken care of right away, and you can control everything through your TV controller. So it is super simple, super easy to use. But keep in mind that you won't have the Dolby Atmos experience, and also you won't have that dual bass experience, that explosions and action. Everything just sounds so much better. But that is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below, which one would you prefer? Wireless speakers or that rumble from the dual bass and Dolby Atmos experience? Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out!